federal government's flagship $10 billion housing fund is under fire this morning because not a single home has been completed since the law came into effect nearly 18 months ago. So far, funding has only been agreed on for 800 homes across Australia, despite the Prime Minister pledging back in 2021 that 30,000 homes would be built over 5 years. The government does say more than 13,000 houses are in the pipeline, but the funding for the vast majority is yet to be signed on the dotted line. For more, we're joined by Opposition Leader Peter Dutton, live in Melbourne. Good morning to you. Tell us, if you can, why does it seem like nobody can get a working solution to the housing crisis?
Well, Nat, the problem is that the government just bogs everything down in red and green tape, and there are so many boxes to tick that it stops the houses being built. And I suppose this sums up the Albanese government, that it's all promise and no delivery. And people are really hurting at the moment. Young people have given up the dream of home ownership in our country. The government's brought in 1 million people over the course of the last 2 years, which is a record number. Building approvals are right down, construction costs are right up, and the government's got this inflation problem that they've created in the economy, which is, I think, just a disaster for our prices of everything, including housing, and it's a mess that's going to take a lot to clean up.
So on this housing fund, experts say you shouldn't get rid of it because there are quite a few houses already in the pipeline. So by getting rid of it, you're sort of, stopping them being built. Would you keep some of those going?
Yeah, look, I mean, where the government's got contracts in place and money's already been given to state governments or to authorities, well, obviously those arrangements can't be unwound. But we've got to get serious about housing in this country. We've proposed a $5 billion fund, which is to help councils approve land more quickly to pay for water and sewerage and road upgrades, because at the moment the councils just don't have the balance sheet or the money to be able to develop that next stage or the next stage beyond that. We've got to get the supply side of the equation going. The insatiable demand for housing means that prices have gone up, and the migration crisis the government's created has just fueled the housing crisis, and we have to get more supply online, and we can't allow Australians to lose the dream of home ownership. So
you'd help the logjam at councils, would you? You'd get things approved, you'd get land opened up, you'd get councils to approve things. What about getting more tradies?
Yeah, 100%. So the government took the tradies off the list of migrants coming into our country because the CFMEU didn't want to bring in that foreign workforce. But the fact is that we've got an ageing population of plumbers and electricians and carpenters and sparkies, etc. We need to bring people in, and we have said that we would prioritise people onto that migration skills list. And the $5 billion that we're proposing as part of helping councils get the land developed will create another 500,000 homes in our country, and that's going to be a big win for young Australians who just want to get into a home.
OK, Peter Dutton, thank you for your time today.